Hey all listeners is back with more Brotato. Uh, 7 in volume is gonna be good. Uh, so yes, we're back. You might notice the thumbnail of you see. You know, so I took the Vampire Survivors thumbnail that I already done a long time ago because I always wanted like Resident Evil crossover and stuff like that. When I got into Vampire Survivors, it wasn't even patch 1 point. So yet not all to say this word on because I'm pretty certain I remember when the day Dairy Farm came out that you couldn't unlock that right away and stuff like that. But I forgot if when I started playing if only the forest was available. Because I'm pretty certain there was during a time when only the forest was available. Then of course the library, and after the library there the Dairy Farm place unlocked ways with the factory stage. And then right used the shadow after that and stuff like that. So But yeah, one thing though, now you can see here, I'm going to show you how much I'm up at. So I'm up at 70% health and 70% damage. Yeah, we're already up to that and stuff like that, which is pretty crazy. I forgot what was the highest we reached when we're recording and stuff like that. Now I'm going to call this part 1 again. Why? Because I thought that here's the thing, right? Like so that you can know, like, okay, what's a session? So I'm going to have to come up with creative names to call them and stuff like that. Maybe I will call this Trainee or Black Recruit. What is it? Tier 1 Trainee. Like where Sard is then lost, Quake III Arena. I'm really hoping, like I've heard like the rumors that they're doing like a Quake III Arena, like remaster, and like the people that did Quake 1, Quake 2. That is nice and everything, but please also then do Team Arena at the same time. And I mean, it feels like they're gonna do that, right? Because in Quake 2, right, didn't it include expansions? Like the official expansions for Quake 2. Because I mean, Quake 2 also had like the Quake 2, like the N64 version and stuff like that, I mean, imagine if they did something like that for Duke, for example, like, because here's the thing, like, World Tour is great and everything, but for example, imagine if they added like the N64 version of like Duke Nukem, for example, like Duke Nukem 64 or whatever it was. Because basically, and then, for example, like Duke Nukem 3D, you could add like the Atomic Edition specifically and stuff like that, because I think that's the best baseline version of the game. And of course, and then they could add like the actual official expansions that actually came out for the game. But yeah, and I believe the highest I did was this one, 71%. Or wait, was it? That is 75, the bull. Yeah, 75 on the bull. 67 on mutant, 63 on the mage. Only 45%. 71 on the techno mage. Yeah. I did a very, very good run actually with this character, with Cryptid. But the main problem I did, right? The main problem I did on Cryptid is that I eventually sold all my weapons and stuff that, and I started like use recycling weapons and stuff that, because I thought, oh hey, I can survive just running around. Nope, I didn't have enough movement speed because they actually start chasing you. There are some enemies that chase you with incredible fucking movement speed. Because I didn't even have default movement speed. I actually did have a bit of an increase, and it definitely feels like you need a certain amount. So if you don't have any weapons at all, and you have nothing to hit enemies with, then it's really bad. Of course, only the bullet just works because, because I believe the HP regen there actually does affect your damage there, like the higher he goes. But because Bull was incredibly fucking good. As of that, we have a lot romantic as well here. Stuff that which is interesting. So yes, right. I also noticed that Evil Genius 2 like World Domination is available now at a reduced price, and I really wanted to get that before. I don't know how well does something like that control on console, because here's the thing, right? Sims 4, I really enjoyed that on PC. For example, that was my first Sims game, stuff that, and I enjoyed that, The funny thing is how the game could know, because I tried to make a character that looks like myself in Sims 4, for example. And then, for example, it generated my parents, basically, and it was pretty accurate, but it gave my mother an afro. And then apparently back in the day, back like during the 80s or whatever, or maybe earlier, like 70s maybe she had like an afro and stuff that, and I didn't know about that, you know, and stuff that, and okay, like, you know, yes, she's white, you know, she's not black. Not anything but yeah, but still, you know. Right, I haven't seen any, you know, any suggestions or anything, but I also tried to do around with this character. This character is really interesting because this is the character that can really, really level quickly and stuff that. I forgot which character it was I unlocked that had to do like with leveling quickly and stuff that I forgot which one it was that you unlocked for like leveling like up to level 10, whatever, quickly. Because I don't think it was this character that I unlocked from doing that. Or whatever, or maybe it was. Because yeah, this character can level up very, very quickly. No, I actually did it on the one that requires 50% less to level up. Because this doesn't have that, right? So this one requires more XP to level up. It was with yeah, this mutant character here. Because you read 60% less. And here's the thing, right? Even if you have a big XP increase, the XP increase, right, you have to realize that 100% is just doubling your XP and stuff that. Meaning you need, right, what is it like? Right, because 200 is that tripling it or is 150% tripling it? Because it's weird with how XP works in certain games, yeah. Are we gonna go with the maybe we should do the demon actually. Let's start the demon. Because 50% of materials are converted into max HP. The materials equal also max HP. And you buy stuff from max HP. Oh man, that actually makes these very good gold scepters. Because we already know how busted they were during that run we did, right? Oh wow. Okay, so... Okay, you're checking that. Because Ultrax isn't on, which you should have on. Right? So yeah, so you buy stuff with HP, but that also makes stuff way cheaper if you buy stuff with HP. However, from my understanding, the rerolls that you do is still using materials. Like rerolls does not use HP or whatever, right? Attack speed. Yeah, so that's HP, but reroll, as you can see, is materials. Do we want HP regen though? Ghost Spectre is nice. We don't want to have turrets because that kind of interferes with the Ghost Scepters. So you spend 2 and you get 2. That's melee damage. These are ranged. Get Baby Gecko. Get Ghost Scepter. Reroll. Another Ghost Scepter. How far do we that go down? Is the question. For Ghost Scepter. We go aggressively for Ghost Scepters, yes we do. Okay, I cannot afford more than that. Crit chance, yeah, get the crit chance. So this is interesting, of course, because yes, you can spend a lot of health and stuff that, but the fact is, of course, that yes, we will be getting health with this, and like, that also means that this character can use get extremely busted and stuff that, you know. That's the thing, you actually need to pick up the green stuff to actually get the XP that you got from something. Recycle that. So if we get this, our HP doesn't matter, right? Right, we don't have any HP regen. Nope. Oh, I got the X by mistake. Recycle that, please. can go down all the way to 1 HP if we want to. There we go. Okay. So basically it shows us 0 HP, but of course that still means that we still have 1 HP and stuff like that. But yeah, now as long as we survive the wave, we should be getting the thing for surviving a wave with 1 HP. And like, I mean, it's easy in the beginning because they have no projectiles, right? We have no reduced movement speed, right? Nope, we don't have any reduced movement speed. This is still a bit, you know, tricky and stuff that, you know. I mean, we do have 1 HP, so picking up healing doesn't do anything. Come on, don't. We can kill the curse guy. There we go, reckless. Boom. Attack speed. Okay, we have 5 HP, we get a Ghost Scepter, and we get this. Let me go again. Oh, reroll first. We lock that. I'm not gonna spend more HP unless we find HP items. Lock that, please. Oh. Because of course, keep in mind, right, that our HP can still increase, of course. Throwing away, what is our attack speed? Our attack speed is 25. Also, quicker attack speed will of course mean more health for us. And stuff like that, of course. And of course, the higher it goes, as I've seen on this weapon before, you know, stuff that, like the higher it goes, like the better and stuff that, you know. And I know that technically the volume does not affect the thing or whatever. We have 10 HP now because of that. Recycle that. Get luck. So we pick up this. Pick up the Ghost Scepter. I mean, yes. Reroll. Reroll. Ghost Scepter. Reroll. I don't care. Oh man. HP regen is powerful, I know that. Okay. Do they have projectiles yet is going to be the question. We only have, we do have -1 speed though, which is scary of course. But it definitely feels like on this character it is actually really good to get this item right because it does increase your maximum HP. Getting the Wave Ghost. It's not that, you know, so yeah. So basically it means that you can buy more stuff from the store and stuff that, you know. And I mean, of course, once we start seeing, okay, those were projectiles, so we have to still be fucking careful, but we do have more health now. Luck, don't mind if I do. Max HP is very, very powerful. Like if you see max HP, you want it. Armor. Ooh. Yes. That. Reroll. Another Ghost Scepter. Reroll. Alien Tongue. Reroll. Now we want HP regen with that. We cannot get the blue Ghost Scepter because we don't need to. Reroll, please. Thank you. Reroll. Oh man. Lock that. Reroll. 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 Oh, okay. So much HP. 4, 2, 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay. So not super good yet, and our attack speed is 25. Still increased. Is it percentage base? Yes, it is percentage base. So basically, you need 100% to double your attack speed, basically, pretty much. So keep that in mind. And we are slow a little bit. Like speed, like this speed is like really, really bad, you know, and stuff that, and will like hamper our spell ability and stuff that, you know. So yeah. We do have -3 armor actually. What have we gotten minus armor from? Yeah, we got minus armor from that, but we got more dodge. But it is still only 60% maximum, right? Yes. You will eventually start seeing where this is going and stuff that, you know, because I mean, this is just something like use is very, very obvious. Like, oh, this increases max HP. This character uses max HP as a thing. Armor, please. Alright, so get a Ghost Scepter, boom. Get Yerky. Do we want Curse already? Yes. Now we have positive damage, right? Yes. We have 0 now. No, not lock regular. Did we get Curse? Yes. Lock that brick down. This is not elemental damage. That's range damage. Yes. One of those are actually very good. Yeah, keep in mind, of course, we want to make sure that we get the kills quickly here so we can get more health. But also keep in mind that eventually getting, for example, like getting the tardigrade is gonna be super important to do actually. And stuff that, because the tardigrade of course means that we will be immune to some damage, meaning that things are gonna become easier and stuff that, you know. The thing also that's so great with getting the thing that increases your max HP, then you can just spend all of your HP pretty much, you know, on things. That is crazy, man. Okay, get the speed. Get the Ghost Scepter. Get Incendiary Turret, get that. And get that. Less max HP but more armor and dodge. Yes. You take that. Okay. Eventually we are gonna get the amount of rerolls we need, by the way. So that's Incendiary Turret, right? Flames. Oh, those are... I fucking didn't pay attention. I went right into a projectile. I was thinking like, oh, that's, you know, like, oh, Incendiary Turret, and then I was just gonna pause. And then I just died immediately because, you know, no... God damn it, man. That wasn't an issue with HP either there, that was just me being bad. My bad, everyone. We shouldn't have died to that. Fucking hell that I got that distracted. I mean, we had positive movement speed there. There was no reason. Or did he spawn right in front of me? I don't think that's what happened. Put the max HP. Max and HP modifications are increased. Okay. When you have less than 50% health, you can't heal in any way. So that means that you can never heal. Right. But what do they mean exactly? Do they mean like that it's when you're reduced by 50% health? Or is it that an always effect you can't heal in any way? Let's get the golem. Is it just a goal scepter run? No is the question. Although we do go kaboom. We go kaboom actually. But does that break the weapon, the brick? Right. I mean, that sounds good because it's top 10 materials. Let's start the brickster at. Okay, so you begin with what, like... You begin with 0 armor, okay. But yeah, but max HP modification is 33% and armor modification is 33%, and then when you have less than 50% health. So that literally means that like HP is your most important stat pretty much. Because the more HP you have, the quicker you will be able to get to that thing basically. Now does that mean that you become defenseless if the brick breaks? Let's get melee damage. Get another brick. Get another brick. Get another brick. Reroll. Yeah, why not? Get another brick. Reroll. Lock another brick in. Yeah, so 100% chance. So blunt is good because that gives you armor and max HP. Okay, that's important to know about blunt, but it does increase your maximum movement speed. But I mean, the movement speed doesn't matter if you become tanky enough. That's the thing, right? That if you notice that you have a lot of negative movement speed, instead of spending on like, you know, on certain things, but then we need armor, of course. Because it doesn't have like an armor increase, you know, whatever, right? But yeah. Does that mean that our health stat goes up high when we level up is the question? Armor please. Get that, get the gentle alien. I know that that's expensive to do. There's another heavy weapon. You know what, we locked that. Because maybe, right, maybe what we do is do the recycling thing on this character. You know, I mean, we are leveling slowly right now and stuff that, but you know, I feel the bricks are pretty good and stuff that, you know, probably while the things are still cheap in the shop, of course. You see, we need to pick up the green stuff. The green stuff is both materials and armor, HP. Yeah, 3 bricks are broken. Get the blunt. Get the bag. So that's primitive and blunt. That has a way higher cooldown. that does not count as being primitive. Like the hammer is weird, right? Because clearly the hammer that they are showing here is clearly like more like, you know, that feels more like a primitive hammer, like a Unga Bunga thing. I don't know if there's an Unga Bunga hammer in this. And maybe we lock that. There's a blue brick. Alright, and that increases the material selector. Reroll. Yes. And yes. Because eventually, right, we replace them with other blunt weapons and stuff that, you know. And I know that, yes, it's better to have multiply of the same blunt weapon and stuff that, because, you know, but I don't know if it's true that, oh, if you just go for the same weapon all the time, then you have a higher chance to find it in the shop, because I don't think that that's actually true. Because I've done runs with like multiple different weapons, right? And it does seem that that doesn't make it that much harder, really, to be honest, you know, and stuff that, you know. Sometimes the variety can be good because, you know, attack speed is very, very useful. We get the armor. We get the rock first, then we get the brick. We get another brick. And now we have 2 blue ones. We get a reroll. That one was free as well. We get the rock. And then we lock these 2. But we have 9 armor, 61 health. Yeah, this character actually seems like really, really good because of the fact that it is pretty straightforward, of course. Now keep in mind, of course, if we get low enough speed, then yes, we will be taking a lot of damage. So that because, of course, on this, on 79% now, and stuff that, you know. And next, of course, we're gonna get to 75, which means that we're only like, what? 70, 80, 90, yeah, so 25%, we're only 25% away from the regular default thing and stuff that, so yeah, you know. So keeping the armor up to snuff is gonna be really important, same thing with HP. HP in that case. More HP, armor. Get another rock. Get a cute monkey. Lock the blue hammer. Because we want to make sure that they are blunt, the weapons. Get. So now we have 2 rocks. 1 hammer. I'm also thinking about that, okay, like what weapons do we actually want and stuff that, you know. Because I don't want to have too many of certain things, especially since I know that, for example, we can get that thing that we have unlocked, you know, the plasma sledge or whatever it's called. Which I feel like is going to actually be really good, but that's like what? Like purple, right? It's actually really bad. Probably should have got the lumberjack, maybe. It's great, we have all this health and we're still not that survivable. We do have 8% movement speed for some reason. What is giving me movement speed? Wait, do we gain their speed? Oh, when you have less health, yeah, you get 20% movement speed buff. That's actually very useful. Ooh, legs. Legs, potato chips, oats, shut up. Do that. Combine this, boom. Now we have a purple hammer. More armor. I would love another one though. But why am I getting the cute monkey? I cannot heal. Right? Yeah, you cannot heal anyway. keep in mind, you can actually press L2 and R2 to check stuff here, so percentage enemies knockback, materials healing. I mean, right, because it says you can't heal in any way. Lock that, please. Now, of course, the brick strat is interesting, right? Because, you know, it doesn't count as recycling it though when the brick breaks, right? I mean, it would make sense that it would count as recycling and stuff like that, but then I feel that would make things too easy and stuff like that, right? Because, I mean, you could get unlucky with the bricks, right? Even though they're 1%, right? You could get unlucky with the bricks and stuff like that, you know. Right, yeah, you cannot heal from picking up the fruit from the tree anyway. But yeah, it doesn't heal me at all. Yeah, so I mean, the trees are still nice because they can still provide you with things. Armor. More armor. Rock, and then combine rock and rock. Combine 2 blue. Boom. Now we have 2 purples. Ooh. 1 plus armor, 2 plus 1. That's actually a very good combination. The rock is actually pretty insane. Right. Also attack speed, 10%. But then we have 15 armor, which means we take 50% less damage with 15 armor. And I don't know if the armor has a cap, because generally when you reach a cap, it will tell you and stuff that, you know, the game, you know, I mean, you can kind of see it, but yeah, still, you know. But of course, the fact that we take so much damage during this, of course, means that like getting a lot of armor ASAP is going to be really, really important and stuff that, you know. Now, I don't know if we are going to, quote-unquote, eventually get a lot of movement speed as well, you know, or if we're just going to go complete tank. Because it definitely seems like getting the rocks is actually better. So what's our movement speed? Movement speed is 10. Just stay away from the curse guy. We don't want curse yet. I mean, curse is nice and everything, but doesn't it increase the chance for the fish hook if you get a little bit of curse or speed? Nice. Max HP, yeah, because HP regen doesn't matter. Get that. Not max HP, we can lock that. Lock that, please. Okay. Now we have only -1 movement speed. We have 15 armor. Now yeah, things are like difficult now and stuff that, you know, like, because yes, we do take a lot of damage. You know, you have to think about sometimes you have to be very aggressive with your reroll and stuff that, you know. Because yes, the movement speed is just so important, because movement speed can be seen as a survival stat that always is stronger than armor right now and stuff that, you know. Yes, I know with Ghost Spectres we could just have like a shit ton of HP and stuff that, and we could fire like very, very quickly and stuff that, you know. And we might pivot into that if I feel like we need to eventually and stuff that, you know. But yeah, but the thing we actually want, I mean, the hammer is good because it knocks enemies back. I feel that that is gonna be used very useful, that is gonna save us. Stuff that, so no armor. attack speed. Get the coupon first. Then we get a little muscly dude. We get that, more max HP. All 3 spawn. Melee damage and knockback. That is primitive and precise. Yes, please. Oh man, I know that the sword is really good otherwise. Because the sword is very quick for a melee weapon. All things considered. Stuff that, but I forgot what the medieval was. Stuff that, but yeah, but the rocks are like really, really good. I forgot that the rocks actually do give you like armor and stuff that, and like max HP eventually. And that's like, but then first it gives you minus speed, of course. But I feel like we always want to keep the hammer so we can have like knockbacks and stuff that. Like, what is our knockback stat? A knockback is 8. We have minus 25 in the reroll price. So yeah, so minus 25 on reroll price, and that is item price. We have 18 armor. That was bad. Now we probably eventually want to start pivoting towards like getting a lot of luck, basically. Why is that? Because, for example, our trees that we can get, for example, do have a chance, as I said, to drop materials, and I feel like on this character we want to get a lot of materials. Because materials basically equal survivability at this point and stuff that. This is fucking scary. I don't think we're gonna die necessarily, but still. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Because we have no way of healing, right? We need to always remember that, right? You know, so... Okay, our small movement speed. Ooh, this is absolutely perfect. So a rock. Reroll. Yes. Because that's more armor. More knockback, please. Okay, so that has reduced attack speed. Why is it like plus 100 from that, minus 100 from something? That is really good though, because that's a 4. And it has 16 in knockback. Oh, these do have built-in knockback. Yeah, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna recycle the hammer here. Right, and this can't be part of the blunt category because it has spikes on it. So then you lose out on that. But that might be good actually to lose out on. I still think that that would be worth it all this time. We don't theoretically need to kill you. I mean, only if we really, really can. I mean, we really, really eventually need to see the tardigrade, by the way. Like, the tardigrade is just gonna be super, super, super important to see eventually. But then, I mean, the best thing would be if we could curse a tardigrade, so we could get like 2 of them, or whatever, from a single tardigrade. You know, yes, the tardigrades are expensive, which is why seeing it early would be better, in my opinion. I'm not focusing on killing the boss, we don't have the damage really yet. Yes. Speed. And I would love to recycle that, yes, boom. So that gives us armor and dots. Oh, and that doesn't work. Hopefully we didn't throw the run now by getting that. We lost some HP actually, just like that, but we now have we have 18 armor still, which means we have 5 less damage. Our attack speed is 10. We have 19 in movement. We have 107 armor. Or 107 HP. But yeah, are we eventually gonna be getting Ghost Scepters? Maybe. I really like the fact, of course, that we have a. I kind of wish that there was something in the shop though that had like the effect of the king or same effect as king or whatever, right? So it made you get positive effects from having legendaries and stuff that, you know, that would just be some sort of item and stuff that, you know, that had that, you know. I mean, would I have ideas for weapons in this game? Maybe, you know, and stuff that, you know. Right, you know. I mean, I don't think that I'm gonna get big yet, you know, doing like Brotato and stuff that, you know. That was a bit scary. Not a maze though. Yes. I don't have too many evils. How much do you get back? Combine 2, boom. That is good, right? Yes. We'll do that so we can get another reroll. Well said, Mamovich. So now we don't have any decreased speed from having those other weapons. And now we're macing it up. And the mace counts as heavy, so we get more damage, so we get percentage damage via that. Which is really good as well, and we get some knockback as well. We have 10 in knockback. Which isn't super good or anything. But it's not super good or anything. But the thing is also that this knockback, for example the knockback here, 15, 15, 15, that does not show up there. The knockback that shows up there are from the items, specifically. Because yes, the knockback is also a way to like survive, basically, like if enemies are chasing you. For example, if we encounter fast enemies that are chasing us, then the knockback is basically a lifesaver, which is really important. I'm still really worried about the damage though. So that, of course, once we have like more of the weapon, then we are a lot safer. I definitely feel like we are going to be needing attack speed soon. Stuff that, and damage, of course, obviously. You know, or we're gonna go aggressively for it, maybe, I don't know. There's 17 armor though. I feel we probably need way more max health soon. We need at least 20 armor, I feel like. I mean, we could just get lucky also as well, just get lucky. Oh. Some damage. Get about attack speed, get more respawn. Not more enemies, because that's way too dangerous right now. Oh, we still have the mount locked. Why do we have 102? What gave us negative? What reduced the max health? Oh, it doesn't say that there's anything that did not reduce the max health. What is it? That does not reduce max health. That does not reduce max health. I don't see anything that would reduce a max health. Like, do you lose health every wave? That doesn't say. I don't see anything here that would reduce our health. Because that's max health. That's max HP. What's these? Yeah, that's just minus speed, minus speed, minus speed. That's max HP. Isn't that negative? This does not reduce max HP, right? No? Why is it only 102? If you know what's going on, please, go ahead and tell. I cannot see anything here that would indicate that I'm reducing my HP. I'm pretty certain we had 107 and then all of a sudden we've gone down to 102 from something. But sure, we did get rid of our, we got rid of our, the thing. We got rid of the weapons that gave us higher HP. But I'm pretty certain we had 107 HP before, whatever, right? Is there an enemy that does that though? Like, or is it like, nah, it's not that, oh, if we take damage throwing around that, like, decreases our max health. It's not that. I'm gonna pay attention to see if it changes at the end of the wave. Never take me alive. Man, 16 seconds really. Thought it was much shorter. Sting like a butterfly and wing like a bee. No, man. Was it anything here though? No. There's no like, oh. Yeah, that was a bit. We haven't had a successful run yet, man. That's like. That feels really bad. Not a single successful run yet. But I mean, the latest one we cleared was with that one, and that was no problem at all. And stuff that. I mean, the character is not bad, right? It's just, oh man. I think the main thing is we had too little weapons and we just had too little damage. That's the problem. Like, we went super tanky, but then of course, like, if you don't have the damage, then you don't have the damage. You know, it is precise weapons, yes. Actually, modifications, undamaged for every permanent. Let's run with the lucky guy here. I know that the loot is actually pretty good, all things considered. No, actually, let's. Because hitting enemy with less health. To show. Yeah, you don't want curse with that character. When you can get the loot. It has light steel built in. So we have more range on melee weapons. We have more range on melee weapons with this character. But that also makes more like things. Max range of your weapons is increased by 0. half as effective on melee weapons. A higher range also increases the cooldown on melee weapons. Which is why it shows as 1.36 there. You can of course offset that with like getting attack speed and stuff like that, but yeah. Of course having more range is interesting because we have 200 range, under 50 is the default. That's like melee range. Yeah, if we could get 400, for example, we could get actual, you know, attack speed. Let's roll aggressively for the loots. Look at that. Reroll. I mean, yes. Because the quicker we get them to low HP, right? So hitting an enemy that has less than 25% health has a 5% chance. I don't know why it says 50% heart there. That means that it's case with something. What is the heart icon? That's HP and it looks like. Is that what it is? Because there's a heart. That's the regular heart, that's not the heart with the plus. So it max HP on the character affects that. Hitting an enemy there's a 25% has a 5% chance. And then what, 50% chance? Huh? There's a 5% chance to have a 50% chance. What does that mean that it's used to indicate that health affects that? Maybe. Okay, 1.28 now for my attack speed. So does that just completely ignore the fact that you have a lot of range, just getting a little bit of attack speed? Because that seems quite ridiculous if that's the case. So I don't think that this is the default attack speed value still on the weapon. Stuff there, but yeah. But maybe having high range is not a bad idea on melee weapons. Like, I never thought about that, right? That so yes, you would attack slower and stuff that, but you know, because you know it takes longer to swing because you're swinging further away. Yes, ignore that's negative armor. More loots. Yes. Lock that loot. We can get another fish. We can get some more luck with that. Oh, okay, so we have 25 range there. Now the question is though, when they're charmed, does that mean that they attack enemies? I think the light blue is when they're charmed. Yeah, the light blue is when they're charmed. Is that just slowing enemies down, or what does charm actually do? Because it seems right, it seems that charm just, you know, it seems that charm just, you know, slows enemies down. Get more luck. Get armor back. Get the loot, get that, get the prepared hat. Block that. Oh. Yeah, we want to get the armor back, by the way, so yeah. Yeah, maybe they cannot hurt you once they become charmed, actually. Is the question. So we have gotten curse from something. Yeah, minus damage for every curse you have. For every 5 curse, okay. We don't have 5 curse yet. But you have -2, -1 there, but we only have 3 curse. What did we get curse from? Not from the weapons. Not from the character himself. Right, so we must... So is that from killing the cursed enemy? That give us curse. No. None of these were cursed. Oh, that's charmed. Okay. That actually means charmed. They actually become ghost-like. Okay, more movement speed. Oh man, we have a chance to... We cannot afford that though, can we? Wait, is that an item? Does that carry over into the next round? Right, because here's the next item. Right, but it doesn't work on weapons, right? And of course, item limits cannot be exceeded with it. But it is really, really good if certain things show up and stuff that, you know. But it wouldn't work on the beef jerky because the beef jerky is unique, yeah, but they become ghostly when it happens. We do have more curse now for some reason. We get cursed every wave. Huh? 1+ curse at the end of our wave. Okay. So we gain more curse. We are going to be losing our damage over time, and we are going to be losing armor over time every single wave. But yeah, so you know. So that's a bit of an issue. I mean, it's a good thing, you know, because I mean, like, we can get free curse. I mean, yes, that will mean yes, enemies will get tougher. Dodge. Okay, so here we can see. That's melee damage and crit chance. Get that first. Do we even need to jerk it all? Yes. Because we don't need to care about the mirror yet. But wait, can a melee weapon become a ranged weapon? I get that. We doubled up on the 3. Yeah, metal detector is good. Metal detector might have been better to double up on, but now we will have 2 3s. So that, you know. And that's just gonna synergize a lot with the beef jerky. Stuff that as well. Even though the beef jerky is over time. We are gonna be needing HPV, and I feel like, you know. Eventually. You know, it would be nice if we could actually clear a run, you know. It would be nice. You know. It might just be that it's harder to focus when I'm talking, right, and stuff that, you know, and, you know. That's materials. Yes. Yes. Max HP. Get that, get the free reroll. Get that and get the loot. Reroll. Lock that. Reroll. Reroll. Very nice. Anyway, I'm soon going to be back with the next part, so guys, stay tuned. That coffee is so good.